Thank you, everybody, for joining me on Living One Day Older on LinkedIn Live. I'm recording every Saturday at 12 noon. We also do replays on Saturdays at 12 noon. So we look forward to having you all join us. And I'm booking my spring show, which I've got some March availability still. For those of you in business who offer products or services to the 50 plus audience who are growing forward with life, we'd love to hear from you and what values you have to share, which I call a roadmap to help your more mature audience navigate this new frontier many call aging, but like I said, I call growing forward with time. And you can contact me on Messenger. It's very easy to find me. And I also have a Facebook page called Living One Day Older, as well as an Instagram. So it'd be really great to see you guys on there. We would like to turn to my guests now. And I'd like to introduce my guest, Rob Adams. Hello, Rob.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Hello, my friend, my LinkedIn friend. It's so nice to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. I also would like to thank our sponsors, which is Edward and Lassie Zia, whose global networking group provides members such as Rob and I, where we met one another, but they provide members with coaching and support for your businesses and anything you need for social media, but primarily LinkedIn. That's really the place that businesses want to be. So without further ado, I would like to go ahead and have a little chat with my friend Rob. Hello, Rob. So, Rob has, he's got an amazing product, which, you had me at mushrooms. And I wanted to share that, your incredible network marketing expertise with this audience. So take it away, Rob. Introduce yourself.
Thanks, Amy. As the underline says, my name's Rob. I'm an independent distributor for a company called Organo. And if you're sitting there at the moment going, I know the accent. So it's Australian.
My down under friends. We have many of them here on LinkedIn.
Hi from the land down under, up to you, up to everybody else. As I said, independent distributor for a company called Organo. It's a concatenation of the hero product or the primary product. The product is called Ganoderma lucidum, and it's organically grown. So it's organic Ganoderma lucidum to give its full name, hence Organo or Organo, depending on.
I know what it's not. It's not oregano.
It's not oregano or oregano. Yes. A common mistake. So yeah. Anyway, as you said,
adaptogenetic mushrooms and coffee beans. Tell us about this product you have.
So many things. I'll just throw a quick image of how it looks up on the screen just for you. So it's a mushroom. It's a fungus. It grows on wood, and that's a naturally grown in nature.
Where's that from, Rob? Where does that grow from?
That would be it. Well, it originates in China, as most, surprisingly, most of the medicinal mushrooms do.
Sure. No, their agriculture over there is pretty astounding.
Yes. So this particular one grows in the, and I'll mispronounce this. It's the Wuhu Mountains, in China, and going back in history, it was a reserved for Chinese royalty only product because the Chinese medicinal understood its powers and such. It's called the herb of immortality, amongst other things. As you said, it was an adaptogen, and they reserved it for the.
They reserved herbs and roots, but what does it mean?
It's an immunomodulator. It's good for so many things that the list is almost endless. Now before we get into that, we just got to point out as well, I am not a medically trained person, so none of this is medical advice. So look up your own. Yeah. So, but the research shows that this product claims to be antibacterial, antimicrobial, and literally good for almost almost anything. It's yeah,
Yeah,
almost
right.
anything.
No, I
So,
tell you, I'm actually drinking right here in my mug, a mug of mushroom coffee as
yep.
well. And I don't know how yours taste, but this is something I really want to touch on because people really love things that are good for them, but they also want things to taste delicious. And for mine, I actually had to add some creamer, and I added a little brown sugar,
Mhm.
and it's better. I'd like
Yes.
to you to tap
It
on that. What kind of flavors do you have in this coffee?
Well, the advantage with this is the way the extraction's done by the Organo companies. You can't taste the product that's been added to the coffee, and in its simplest form, uh, comes in sachets. So this is the
Oh,
black sachet. I'll just hold it up to the camera a bit more.
yeah, yeah,
So that's about that big.
and that's all
So
for a cup.
that's for 1 cup. Rip it open, add hot water, stir, and if you happen to drink your coffee black, it's made. So if you like adding creamer or
Yeah,
milk
sure. Yeah,
or
yeah.
some people add butter to their coffee as
I
well.
know, I
Yes,
know.
so
I keep we can all do it, we can all try it, I just kinda don't want to. It's like, "Oh," but this product of yours, it doesn't you can't taste it, so do you add it to
you
the
can't
coffee
taste it. No,
or
it comes in it comes in, like I said, it's a fully enclosed sachet. So that's, the black coffee will go as the example here. It's all in there. There's coffee in there. There's the extract from the Ganoderma lucidum is in there, also known as reishi. If you're trying to look it up
Yeah,
online,
reishi is a stress relieving kind of
yes,
mushroom, right?
yes,
So if your
yeah.
body
So
has been stressed out, this will allow you to sort of,
yes,
you
yes.
know,
So the
decompress.
Japanese call it reishi or red reishi, and in Chinese I always butcher the pronunciation. So if you happen to understand Chinese, lingzhe is the Chinese name for it. Um, but it's all mixed in there. It is a coffee. It is primarily a coffee.
Mhm.
So people keep on thinking mushroom coffee. It's primarily coffee with the additional. It's about 5% in the black coffee as well. There are other products as well. So if you pop along to the website and have a look, there's range
Yeah,
of
and I think
products
that's
as
good
well. So
news. Yeah, I think that's good news to coffee lovers because not everybody wants to get rid of their coffee. They don't want a
no,
substitute. So
no,
what you're
and
offering is, something to add to their coffee, and you can't taste it, which is really
I've tasted
amazing.
it. Yes, yeah.
And,
So then we step up as well. There's what's called the king of coffee there. It's about the same size, but this one is actually fully organic. The
hmm,
coffee in it is organic, and this actually contains the Ganoderma spores, you
and what
know,
does
as opposed to the extract. It's just got a little bit more, shall we say, kick
yeah,
to it,
yeah.
and it's a slightly different coffee. One's Arabica, one is ah, I've got a mental blank on the other coffee bean all of a sudden. So
It's okay. Our brains.
yeah,
Maybe you need to get some in you.
I do. Yes,
Any
more coffee.
lion's mane there? You have any lion's mane? Cheers. Cheers, Rob.
Cheers. Yeah,
Cheers.
there
Yeah.
is there is lion's mane in one of our product ranges called Royal, but that's limited availability. So in the US and Canada, it's available, but elsewhere around the world, not so much. We do have products available in about 40 countries around the world.
Yeah. I know you're quite
If
a
you're if you're
quite a
outside the US and Canada,
yeah.
have a look anyway. So and
And does it have any other mushrooms in it, like shiitakes, or is that where the immune system boost comes from, or
There's
anything?
also, yeah, we also use Cordyceps as well. It's another one of the ranges that's in there.
Mhm.
It's a growing product line.
How does it come?
If
I mean, like in a
sorry,
package. So you get it in the mail. It's a box that has how many in it?
you order it online, depending on the product you actually order, the black coffee comes with 30 sachets in the box. I won't give you a price because your
No, no, no,
viewer
no.
is around the place,
Yeah.
and it does vary depending on country.
Shipping too.
Um, shipping to, like 40 countries around the world, Europe, the Canada, the US, Mexico, parts of South America, parts of Africa, um, and Southeast Asia and the Oceania regions. So
Does
it varies. It varies. Like I said, the black coffee comes in 30 sachets. There's the latte product, which is basically
I like lattes.
latte. Is if you've traveled Asia at all, they have a thing called a 3-in-1: coffee, milk, sugar in a sachet.
Oh, yeah.
So this is effectively 4-in-1: coffee, milk, sugar, Ganoderma. So it's all in one. So basically, rip it open, add water, stir, drink. So that comes in. There's 20 sachets to the box, and the kids love this one.
Oh, what is that? Does it mimic like a chocolate? What is that?
This is cocoa.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate. Chocolate, hot cocoa, and is great for the kids as well, especially if you're not into providing your kids coffee.
Right.
Then
right.
I think there's 15 in the box for that one. So.
And do you have is it strictly beverage items, or do you have any like mushroom?
There has been
any jerky or anything like that?
Not jerky as such. There has been expansion. There's an all natural skincare range that comes out of New Zealand.
Oh.
And is so good. I'm told by the manufacturer that you could actually eat it should you choose to, but is not recommended.
I constantly forget the name of this. It's like a pesticide that you can actually eat because it's a powder and I can never remember the name of it. But it gets into the scales of like an ant and then anyway, what it does, I don't need to go into, but yeah, I forget names of things, but you can eat that product too. And it's like, excuse me, what? You can eat my pesticide? Yeah.
There are some things you could eat, but you shouldn't.
Or maybe you don't really want to. I mean,
yes.
So yeah.
So I mean the New Zealand skincare range, like I said, all natural. There's the one that intrigues me with that one is bee venom. There's some photos of it in the background behind me.
Yeah.
The bee venom product, the way that they collect the bee venom from the bee is on an electrolyzed plate, a glass plate with an electric current running through it. Okay. So the bee lands on this plate, gets a little electric shock, gets excited, and expels expels the venom, and then flies away. So it's a non-fatal way of collecting bee venom from the bees.
Wow, I'll have to talk to my beehive neighbor about this. This is crazy. This is really cool.
Normally with a bee, once it stings you, it rips the stinger out and the bee dies.
That's why they die. Yeah.
It leaves the stinger behind in you and keeps pumping into you. Whereas this method leaves it all intact. They basically just expel venom, and that gets added to the skincare. So if you're allergic to bee stings, it's probably not a good idea to be putting bee venom on your face.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. But that would come with a warning label. But
yes, it does come with a warning label. That's cool. We call that product range BU. Why be anyone else?
BU. I like it a lot. So, and you have that product as well available in your product line?
We have that available here.
I've never heard you speak about that. I've only heard you speak of really the hot beverage drink.
Beverage drinks. We also have some soft products, so not hard products as well. There's a mental cognitive training product. It's called Cognition.
Okay.
An interesting piece of software. It's used worldwide by some of the more professional sporting, like the NFL, your hockeys, your footballs, the British soccer teams as well, and things like that. And it's some interesting technology. It comes in 3D software, bounces some balls around a screen, and you have to identify which balls you're tracking. And goes, it's a whole science, and we could literally spend 45 minutes talking about just that one product alone.
So that's included in your in the brand. The brand has this as well. So
that is one of them, yes.
My program is for those people, those folks, experts, consultants, people in business who have product or service to share with a more mature audience. That sounds like it could be, a product that you would purchase, an online product, I guess, an app.
Yes, it's an online product. They do have an app that runs on a phone as well.
Mhm.
I've tried to use it personally, but I seem to have a problem with just a small screen with it myself. But
Maybe you should use it.
so yeah, I do use the product on my full-size PC instead. So that's definitely there.
Yeah.
And like people will tell you, the brain is like a muscle. If you stop using it, it just deteriorates and
Yeah.
starts
Yeah.
wearing away.
Yeah. Well, this
So
product, I mean, the coffee additive, right? That's what it is. It's a coffee.
yes,
With the type of mushrooms, it's not just about stress relief, but it's also about stimulating brain stimulant as well. I mean, helps you with focus.
yes.
It has what that would be the lion's mane. Is that only that works in there, or is there another mushroom that would help
No,
with focus?
no, the Ganoderma is also good with focus
Mm.
and good with other things. The just from personal experience,
Mhm.
my it sounds unusual when you talk to people about this because we're talking coffee, but my experience when I switched to it was a better night's sleep. Don't normally put those two together. I woke up one morning after being on this particular coffee for it was about a week, 2 weeks. I've woken up in the morning, turned around, looked back at my bed, and it was almost as if no one had slept in it. It's been a peaceful sleep. Normally, I was tossing and turning, and the bed was an absolute mess. The sheets are ruffled, but
Oh,
but
interesting.
no,
Oh.
that was for me one of the major changes I saw in using the product.
Well, I don't know where you're at in this journey of, going down that road that's behind me in life. But, that's one of the issues that pops up, that comes up with aging is the sleep patterns do shift and change. There's a lot that happens, which is why I wanted to create this network for people to have businesses and people like yourself come on and provide products and or services that speak to this audience, because there's a lot of things that are so different once you get into your 50s, and then they just it's a new journey. It's nothing to be frightened of. It's just a new journey, and we have to adapt to all the different cycles of life that we enter. So sleep is one of them, though. So that's really great to hear. And this could be a really great side business for some folks who are retired, retiring, or need some supplement their income, because you've been at this business, I don't know with Organo, but I read that you've been at network marketing for like 10 years. So
I've been with network marketing on and off since the mid 1980s.
mhm,
Just dabbling around the edges and reading into it and looking it up and such. With Organo specifically, I've been with them for 10 years now. The
okay.
company was founded in 2008, so we'll be hitting 10 years of age
Yeah.
come June of this year. It'll be enough to start doing things in life that can't do
Well,
normally. So
I'm really glad that I had a chance to meet you on LinkedIn and have an opportunity to share this with other people. So I will love to bid you adieu, and thank you, Rob, for coming on.
yep.
And
Thanks for having me. And for your viewer, do yourself a favor, visit the website that's popping along the bottom of the screen. Grab yourself a box of coffee. Just give it a go for a month. See what
yeah,
you think.
yeah, and I will also place your LinkedIn into the comments. So thank you, Rob. Hang on there. So what I wanted to say is goodbye to everybody, and thank you for joining us on LinkedIn Live. In closing, I'd like to ask you if you have something you'd like to promote in your business, you and your brand to a more mature audience. people like myself. Do you have a project or an event coming up that you would like to share with us 50 plus folks? Do you have a product line, or maybe it's a pilot program that you've got coming up? Let's meet, let's talk. Living One Day Older audience could be a really good fit for you. So hit me up on LinkedIn. I am very available there. Always just message me and connect with me. It's always starts about the connection. Thanks, everybody.